Well, senators, as we've been showing you this hour, they're taking to the floor right now to discuss this new version of the $700 billion financial rescue bill. This is ahead of tonight's scheduled vote. Republican Senator Christopher Kit Bond of Missouri joins us now from Capitol Hill. So quickly, Senator, let's take a look at the revisions while we have you here. There's a tax break for more than 20 million middle-class taxpayers, tax breaks for businesses. It also raises the insurance cap on federally insured bank deposits from $100,000 to $250,000. Do you expect these changes in the bill to not only get through the Senate, but then to convince the House Republicans to support this bill?
I certainly hope so, Alex. I've been speaking every day on the floor about the need to do something significant like this credit rescue plan, and it is not just a question of what's happening to the markets. This credit crunch is affecting people in the heartland where I live, on Main Street. The problem came from Main Street. It spread around the world, as your previous reporter noted. And that toxin has to be dealt with on a system-wide basis. Dealing with the problems of banks, savings and loans one at a time has not stopped the problem. Credit has frozen up, and it's hitting middle America very hard. That's why we've got to pass it.
And I'm curious about what a change 2 days can make with regard to your constituents. Most on the Hill there report that they were getting angry calls by an overwhelming majority to their elected officials saying, do not vote for this plan. And then this stunning 777-point drop on the Dow, and people thinking, what do we do now? Are you getting a different tenor from these phone calls now? Are they either angry that nothing is being done and asking you to do something, or are they now saying, well, we support this bill? I mean, what are you hearing from those who elected you?
Well, the mood is now split. The initial reaction I got, people were complaining overwhelmingly about golden parachutes for people of failed, for leaders of failed institutions, excessive compensation for executives. Both of those are dealt with in the underlying bill. I believe the underlying bill had to be passed to deal with the fact so that students could get loans, small businesses could get loans, even states like my state of Missouri is having trouble selling a bond issue to build bridges. Now, dealing with it on a piecemeal basis isn't going to solve it. The things that have been added, one thing I talked about extensively on the floor yesterday was the need to increase federal deposit insurance. Right now, you can only be insured up to $100,000. Many small businesses were talking to their brokers, and I've talked with the brokers they're saying that they're taking money out of the banks and putting them in treasuries. That means there's less money to loan. No student loans, car loans, home loans, and even small businesses are having trouble meeting their payrolls. Well, so it's a question of people getting their paychecks this week.
Well, and it sounds like that which you've lobbied for is now included in this bill. But what about other things, sir, very quickly before we let you go? Expanding a child tax credit, providing relief to victims of natural disasters. These things that have been tacked on to this bill, do you worry it's just going to cost the American taxpayer more than $700 billion?
Those were bills that we passed previously. We're passing them again. Those are necessary to provide relief to families. There is not a $700 billion cost to the taxpayer. The federal government will be investing in the fire sale debt that many institutions have, and we expect that when the market comes back, we get credit back, those loans will have much greater value. Now down to 10 or 20% of the face value, probably up to 60 or 65%. And the federal government should not only get back its money on most of those loans, but enough to cover those where they can't get their money back.
Okay. Republican Senator from the Show Me State, Kit Bond, thank you very much. Good luck. I'm sure you've got your running shoes on today. Appreciate it.
You bet.